Hi, welcome to the start of the Ashtanga Yoga Vinyasa system. We're going to start off by an opening prayer. This prayer should not be offensive to any other religion. Rather, we're just honoring the Guru in ourself to hope that we have a good practice filled with devotion and sincerity. Mande Gurunam Charanavinde Sandarashita Swatma Sukha Bodhe Nisreyase Jangali Kayamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shankakatrasi Darinam Sahasra Shivasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Om. Press into your hands, pushing all the way up through the arms, through the back with a straight line of energy through your spine, pointing straight up and your heels pressing into the ground. Widen your shoulder blades, which means external rotation of the shoulder blades, rolling them away from your ears, pressing your heels into the ground. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and looking at the navel. Pushing into the hands, firmly rooted, trying to push the heels down, pushing straight through the back. Uddiyana Bandha is sucking in the belly, and you're gazing at either your nose or your navel. If that's difficult, you can look at your knees. Your kneecap should be lifted or your quads engaged. Breathe deeply. It's important to engage the quads or lift the kneecaps on this pose, trying to push your hips over your feet. So the weight is equally distributed on your feet. So you want to be straight up and down, feet are hips width apart, shoulder blades spreading, kneecaps lifted, quads engaged. Your legs are the rock cliff, and your body is the waterfall flowing over the cliff. Breathe. So you want your torso to be perpendicular to the ground. Straight line of energy lining up your arch of your back foot with the heel of your front foot, and a straight line of energy all the way through your upper hand. You're also gazing at your upper hand. You want to pull back your front hip, lengthening the spine and the torso. Try and keep a straight line of energy between both hands. Gazing at the upper hand, both kneecaps lifted. It's important to engage the quads on this. We want to abduct the pelvis. In other words, it's a sideways pelvis with one hip higher than the other. On this pose, you want to try your best to bring the front hip down so that both hips are even. And in this picture, it doesn't look like I'm doing a very good job of that. But try and keep your hips even and engage your front kneecaps. Both kneecaps should be lifted. It's an internal rotation of that front leg. And you're gazing again at your upper hand. Use your breath. In this pose, you want to have a straight line of energy from the outer edge of your back foot, that heel, all the way up to your fingers, the tips of your fingers. External rotation of the top shoulder is very important. You can try and think of thumbs up, turning the thumbs outwards in order to encourage that external rotation of the upper shoulder, gazing at the upper hand. And as always, don't forget to breathe. It's important to keep your front knee over the heel in a straight line and have a good seal of the armpit against the outside knee. Also, same as the last pose, thumbs up is good to encourage external rotation of the upper shoulder. And you're gazing at that upper hand with the thumbs up, and you're looking for a straight line of energy from the heel to the middle tips of the fingers. If this is a little too intense of a twist, an alternative variation is to, instead of placing one hand on the floor, you can place your hands in prayer, using your knees and your shoulders to try and create more of a twist. Keep breathing into it. When entering this pose, it's important to keep the back straight and long as possible on the descent. When you do descend, you want to have the crown of the head touching. Spread the shoulders, lengthening the distance between the scapula, lifting the kneecaps and drawing the legs toward each other, keeping the spine as long as possible. It's also important to note that the feet are slightly turned in or pigeon-toed, and you want to try and keep the weight on the interior arches as much as possible, drawing the legs towards each other to create length. Try and keep the hips squared as much as possible. Mula Bandha will help to stabilize the pelvis. Your forearms also should make a straight line, and the palms should be pressed together. If you're not able to press your palms together, a variation is you can make a fist and press your fists together. But ideally, you want a straight line from elbow to elbow with your hands in prayer, everything squared on this, and relax your toes. In this pose, it's important to try your best to keep your leg straight, your standing leg. If the knee does bend like that, then you can press into the ball of the foot more. You're trying to have everything straight and squared, keeping your hips squared while raising your leg at the same time. If this is too difficult to grab your toe while keeping your leg straight, then you can use a strap. The main thing is to try and keep your leg straight as best as you can. Breathe and relax. Again, ideally, you want to keep both legs, the standing leg and the upper leg, straight. Have your shoulders level and square, your hips level and square while raising the leg, and keeping your head level. Some of the key points here are to keep the pelvis and the shoulders square and level. Engage the quads and keep the knees lifted. If you point the toes, it'll lessen knee tension, and keep the heel in line with the belly in half lotus. Be sure to lift the torso and lengthen the front of the body after grabbing the big toe before bending down. As an alternative, you can use a strap to make the connection with your back foot, or use a block instead of going all the way down. Some of the key points to remember here are the fingers and the hands are together and touching. The big toes are touching. Keep the shoulders down and externally rotate. You want a straight line of energy from the butt all the way up to your hands, and your eyes are looking at your hands. Less bend in the knees isolates movement in the upper back. You want to line up your front heel to your back arch, straight line of energy, straight through the midline, your hands gazing at the upper hands. Keep the front knee over the front foot. Lift the pelvic floor and separate. You want your arms active and your fingers active and strong arms. Don't clench your toes on this also. You want to have internal rotation of the hip and back leg and external rotation of the bent leg. Use the breath to go deeper into this pose. In Virabhadrasana B, you actually want to tuck the pelvis under. So the front foot is still lined up with the back arch. Everything's still square and straight. The one difference is that you're really feeling the pelvis tucking under in that pose.